The National Assessment Program for Literacy and Numeracy, or Naplan, is moving from a paper-based test to an online test during 2017 to 2019, with all Tasmania schools participating in Naplan Online from 2019. In Tasmania, online testing started with some schools participating in a trial of Naplan Online during August of this year. The trials provided us with an opportunity to see what the process looks like, so that you'll be prepared and comfortable for the full rollout of Naplan Online in 2019. Naplan Online will provide more precise and accurate assessments and a faster turnaround of results for schools and students than what paper-based testing currently offers. A tailored test design will be used. This means that the questions each student receives during the test will depend upon their answers to previous questions. You'll be supported on this journey with resources and ongoing opportunities during the next 3 years to trial, test and familiarise yourself with this online environment. The 2016 Civics and Citizenship NAP assessment for Year 6 and Year 10 students presents another opportunity for trialling the Naplan online testing system. During October 2016, approximately 60 schools in Tasmania will participate in the NAP Civics and Citizenship assessment using the Naplan online testing system. The process for setting up and delivering Naplan online testing, as demonstrated in this video, will be applicable for all future Naplan online testing. Please note that the process for delivering NAP Civics and Citizenship may vary slightly. If your school is participating, the contractor responsible for managing the delivery of this assessment will advise you of the exact process and provide you with training materials prior to the assessment occurring. Testing using Naplan Online is straightforward. You'll be provided with the resources and support to ensure that any Naplan online testing is a smooth experience for teachers and students. Each school will have an identified Naplan coordinator who will support, assist and coordinate the testing schedule and process. This video tells the story of testing and trialling Naplan Online in Tasmanian government schools.
The students responded really positively to the online testing. They came in, they sat down, they had clear instructions, they got underway straight away, and when they left there were comments like, "That was fun, we really enjoyed that." So we knew that it was a positive experience for them.
So in preparation for the testing, there's making sure that the school is ready from a technical side, so that was a combination or a combined effort between our IT staff and our teaching staff to make sure we had the devices and the Wi-Fi capacity to run the testing. We found out straight away that we were well and truly within the capacity to do the testing, which was fantastic. Then it's a matter of setting up our lab space. We chose to use a mixture of our laptops, which are set up in the labs, and then we also brought in the iPads from our classrooms as well, so students used a mixture of both. Then same as you probably would for the paper testing, it's making sure you've got pencils, you've got erasers, you've got paper for working out as well. And we also made sure that every computer had both a mouse and working headphones as well.
As a teacher, I found the online process quite easy. We had some really good training leading up to it. The handbook is quite simple to follow, step by step with diagrams, and the students themselves found the step-by-step online easy as well. So for a teacher, a lot of it was done on the computer itself, so we found that an easy process for them. The comparison between the online process and the paper process is that it's a much simplified version of the testing. You don't have to worry about doing the security, the lead up to it. It's all done there and then it's finished, sent off, and it's completed.
Before testing, the Naplan coordinator will provide each teacher administering a test with a single test session login code for all students to use to access that test session, and individual passwords for each student to gain access to the questions. There are new session login codes and student passwords for each test. A lockdown browser app should have been installed on each device to be used in the assessment in advance. This app allows students to access the test site directly and prevents them from accessing an internet browser during the test. Each student requires a device. Schools might elect to utilise the school computer lab or portable devices used in the classroom. The teacher also needs a device. More information on the types of devices that are suitable for use in Naplan Online are available at www.nap.edu.au.
Student response was excellent, both in the way that they approached the test within their testing environment, and also to a survey that we asked them to do after they'd done both rounds of testing. So the online implementation process was really quite easy. There were some concerns about possible password issues, but the implementation went really well, no issues at all.
So while the students are completing the test administrator, which was myself or our Naplan coordinator, have a screen that shows where all the students are at, the times they've logged in. If they have any technical issues whatsoever, then it pops up straight away. We were able to see that and sort it out.
Well, as a Naplan coordinator, we had to do some training so that we were familiar with the process and our role. So we had to look at getting a username and a password so that we could log in to the platform. Once we're in the platform, we worked through some workflow phases. There were 3 workflow phases, and we had checklists. Once we checked all those points off, we were able to move into the second phase.
After the testing was finished, from a test administrator or a teacher's point of view, you have to hit a submit button. It then comes up with a prompt that says, "Are you sure you're ready to submit this?" And we said yes, and then that was it.
Once everyone had finished the test, we had to finalise the test session by submitting the data, and then that permitted us to deliver the school's Naplan results.
To start, check the lockdown browser icon is on the desktop of each device. Teachers, you don't have to activate the lockdown browser, because students will do this themselves when they click on the Nap icon to start the test. Teachers need to plan for a set of headphones per student and have blank working out paper beside each student workstation. Students sit down for testing at their device with password and headphones. Each student needs a set of headphones to be plugged into the device before the lockdown browser is activated. Each student requires 1 set of headphones, and sharing is not permitted. Students sound check and test their headphones. Then activate the lockdown browser via the test icon on the desktop. Next, students open up the test web page. A link to this web page is visible when the lockdown browser opens up. Students should log in first by using the test session login code, which the teacher should write on the whiteboard in each classroom, and then by typing in the password that has been provided. By monitoring the screen on their device, teachers watch as the students join the test. When all students are in the test, the teacher opens the test on their device for all students to begin. The test is self-paced. Teachers monitor student activity during the test, both in the room and on their device for progress. The timing of the test is done via the Naplan online platform. A clock with the time remaining is visible to each student on their screen. Naplan online tests will be of similar lengths to paper-based tests. Ensure all students have submitted the test. As in Naplan paper-based tests, all students who finish early should be encouraged to review their responses and complete any unfinished questions. During the test, the teacher can pause the test for a student or class if there is an unforeseen disruption. Each student will resume the session from where they left off. Ensure all tests are submitted and the test session is then finalised. According to the process agreed to at your school, provided headphones should either be collected or students be allowed to retain these for the next test session. Under no circumstances should headphones be shared. Students can deactivate the browser at the end of the test by clicking on the X at the bottom of the screen. Similar to Naplan paper-based tests, there will be protocols and instructions provided to teachers to ensure they correctly complete the few tasks necessary to successfully finalise a test session.
I like the Naplan test online after experiencing the paper test. It was more user-friendly to our sort of generation with how we're in front of iPads and our phones all day, so it just takes a bit of the pressure off of getting in a classroom and going through all the steps.
Naplan online was really good and it'd be good for a change around Australia, and I reckon everyone will like it.
I thought doing Naplan online was much more fast and efficient, and I loved it.
I love doing the test on the computer, and I think if you needed to erase something or rewrite something, you could just press delete.
I really enjoyed doing Naplan online. I think it could really assist people with handwriting troubles.
please find further resources at www.nap.edu.au or contact the Tasmanian Department of Education's Naplan Help Desk via the details on the screen below.